So in my previous video, I subscribed to PlayStation Plus Premium, going over some of the features and overall if it's worth upgrading from PlayStation Plus Essentials. I don't link a description to that video, but on this video, I'm going to be comparing Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to PlayStation Plus Premium. Which one is the superior service? The time this recording, PS Plus Premium is extremely new, so games are going to be added. Some games might be removed. We just gotta wait and see. Only time will tell. And I've been an Xbox Game Pass member for the last 2 years now and absolutely love the service, spoiler alert. Now it goes without saying, if you have a PlayStation console, whether it's the PS4 or PS5, then Xbox Game Pass, you're not going to care about it unless you have a gaming PC like I do. You have Xbox Game Pass for console. This is going to run you $9.99 a month. This is only going to apply for Xbox One, Series S, or Series X. You're going to get access of hundreds of games on your console. You have newly added games, and you have same day releases coming to Game Pass, and you still have the discounts for $9.99 a month, but this is only going to work for consoles. Now keep in mind, when subscribing to this package, you do not have access to online multiplayer, so you will need to have Xbox Live Gold. This is a terrible package. Don't get this one unless you play a lot of single player games and you don't care about the online access. That's a totally different story. Now to tear up, you have Xbox Game Pass for PC. Now all the same features applies, but just on a gaming console, but you also have the inclusion of EA Play. You have a catalog of EA games to play, such as Fight Night, which is my personal favorite, FIFA, and Need for Speed, Battlefield, just to name a few. And then you have the Holy Grail, the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. This is the one I recommend for $14.99 a month, so $5 extra. You still have access to hundreds of games, you still have the discounts, you still have the day one releases to Game Pass, and then you have free perks including in-game content, partner offers, and then you have the ability to play games right on the cloud, whether if it's on your phone or a smart TV. When Microsoft first introduced that, I was mind-blowing. This is the future of gaming. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit also. And to top that off, you also have the inclusion of gold, so you have access to online multiplayer and as well as EA Play. So Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is the superior one, and this is going to work on console and on PC. So this is the one that I actually absolutely recommend you subscribing to. And in terms of the PlayStation, you have PlayStation Plus Essentials. That's the old PlayStation Plus. You have access to online multiplayer, you have exclusive discounts, and you have games every single month. And this is going to run you $9.99 a month or $59.99 a year. Now notice, Xbox doesn't even offer a yearly subscription for Game Pass, so just keep that in mind. But it's not bad. You can always still stack them up, buy a couple of them, and the equivalent out to be a year. And then PlayStation Plus Extra, you have all the benefits of the PlayStation Plus Essentials, but with a game catalog of 400 PS4 or PS5 games to play. So you have that added in inclusion for an additional $5 extra, so making it $14.99 a month or $100 a year. And then you have the top of the line deal, PlayStation Plus Premium. This is the one I have. You have all the benefits of the PlayStation Plus Essential and Extra, but you have access to retro games, game trials, and you have the ability to stream your games. So you have access to PlayStation 1 games, PS2 games, PSP games, PS4 games. And this is gonna run you $17.99 a month or $120 a year, which is eye-watering to be a subscription. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm gonna be comparing Premium to Game Pass Ultimate. This is more fair, but realistically, I recommend subscribing to PlayStation Plus Extra. That's the better deal when the time is recording, but I have Premium. Now, moving on from that, we have the game catalog. Starting with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. In the sake of this video, I'm just gonna say Ultimate. You have over 300 games, sometimes it's 400. It's a lot of games on Game Pass, whether if it's on the original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and of course we have new games on the Series X/S, even day one releases. So for example, Starfield, that's going to be out day one on Game Pass. So this is the reason why I love Game Pass so much. Games that come out, boom, is on Game Pass. I don't have to think twice about it. And for PlayStation, that can't be said. This is a new service. They could change their mind on it. PS Plus Premium, you could be able to download God of War Ragnarok or something like that. But it's still early to tell. But I don't think Sony wants to take that approach. They want to be able to sell their games full price, because we dealing with Sony versus Microsoft here. Microsoft is a different league of its own. They make Windows computers and they make a plethora of products. So Microsoft can actually afford games to be on Game Pass, AAA games, day one on Game Pass. Games are constantly being added towards the service, but unfortunately games can also be removed from Game Pass too as well. So just keep that in mind. Be warned that you might need to get a storage device to store those games, because you're gonna be downloading them like hotcakes. Do a little math here. You have 430 games, and then on the other side of the coin, you have PlayStation bringing it right on par with Xbox Game Pass. You have 400 PS4 and PS5 games, but if you go with Premium, you have an additional 340 additional games. But this is just retro games anyway, and a lot of people don't like counting retro games, and I understand that. So really, if you do the math on PlayStation, you have 740 games available if you get Premium versus 980 games available on Game Pass Ultimate. This is going to include 430 Xbox console games. Then you have 250 Windows games, because believe it or not, there's games that's only available on PC that you can get and you can't get it on Xbox. Game Pass Ultimate is a much more polished service. For example, you can download 360 games or OG Xbox games directly on the console. You have cloud gaming, which I know a lot of people are not a fan of. You have the option to do so. You're not forced to cloud stream, unlike PlayStation Plus Premium. You have to stream PS3 games, but on the Xbox, you just have that choice. And better yet, you can even play the games on your iPhone. And I even made a video reviewing the Backbone controller. You now have a portable Xbox right in your pocket, which is pretty insane. That can't be said on the PlayStation Plus Premium. You can stream the games on the console and on PC, you can, but not on your phone, not yet, that is. And even so, Microsoft is pushing it out to more devices, such as the Samsung Smart TV. So now you could be able to play Xbox games directly from your TV, no console required. That is pretty insane, and that's the future of gaming. Love it or hate it. I test out the streaming on both services, Game Pass and Premium, and I never had an issue. I never stumbled across a lag or a glitch or even a delay. It's 1-to-1, but then again, I have gigabit internet. Results may vary for you. It is scary on how good cloud gaming has become, because I remember day one, like over a decade ago, it used to be terrible. And like I mentioned, both of these services, you're gonna get new games every single month. So PlayStation, they promise new games added onto the catalog. PlayStation had a lot of great retro games, especially the PS2. PS2 was the juggernaut. You know, you had a lot of games there, man. And the fact that we don't see, or the fact that we see a lackluster list of classic retro games is pretty disappointing. But only time will tell. Sony could pick up the pace and add more games, but it could be a flop. Maybe they're not gonna add any more retro games. I don't know, but nonetheless, Xbox Game Pass, they are selling that. And then they even took it a step further. They have backwards compatibility. Now, this is not a service, this is free, but I have Black Ops 1. I could pop in Black Ops 1 onto my Series X and I could be able to play classic Call of Duty, MW2, which unfortunately I cracked my MW2 by accident. I was cleaning the disc and it snapped in half by accident. We thought we was gonna at least see PS3 backwards compatibility for PS5, but unfortunately, Sony is still failing to deliver that, and unfortunately it is not here. You only have it via cloud, and for me, for my experience, it's been excellent, but for others this is a major disappointment. And of course, you have the exclusive discounts for being a Plus member or an Xbox Game Pass member. You have the discounts, especially if you have a digital only console, whether if it's the Series S or the digital edition PS5. You gotta appreciate those discounts, trust me. And believe it or not, the digital edition PS5 is the rarest PS5. I feel like Sony never makes those consoles. They make more of the Blu-ray drive PS5s. That's more common compared to the digital edition. And I remember, it's crazy. It's crazy to think how it's been 2 years since I react to the PS5 console design. Time is flying, guys. That was 2020. And it's been 2 years since that. If you have a digital edition PS5, you have the rarest console, because Sony does not make a lot of those consoles. I'll argue that's the more beautiful console, the symmetry design, but not having a disc drive could be a struggle. especially when you're buying games. So that's why subscribing to one of these services, premium, having those game trials is important, because you could be able to try out a game without spending the full $70 right then and there. And considering that's your only option, you only can buy games through the store, you can't buy them physically. So if you have a digital edition console, you might want to consider one of these services. Just get the extra if you really want to go all out. Get the extra, you have access to additional 400 games. And then of course on the Xbox side, Game Pass Ultimate is the only way to go. You have access to multiplayer and as well as your catalog of Xbox Game Pass games. And you have those day one releases. If you play Fortnite, Apex, those free to play games, none of these services is gonna matter to you. And even so, the regular Xbox Live Gold or even PlayStation Plus Essentials, it's not gonna matter on free to play games, because those games are free to play. You don't even need anything, to be honest. But if you play NBA 2K or Call of Duty every single year and you don't care about any game that come out, because there's people out there, if it ain't 2K or if it ain't Call of Duty, I don't care about that game. Then, well, stick to your PS Plus Essentials or your regular Xbox Live Gold. And on top of that, you still have the 2 monthly games every month for those services. But if you're a gamer that likes to play new games and you just want to try something new, this is where PlayStation Plus Extra or even Game Pass Ultimate is going to float your boat. Here's the tricky thing about Extra. If you play games like Returnal, Death Stranding, if you play those games already, you might want to wait a little bit until the next wave of games to see what else they have to offer. And then on Game Pass, it's just like a given. Premium, this is just for people who like to play retro games. Right now, I don't recommend that one right now, but I think Sony could pick up the pace. So that concludes today's video. If you guys found this one helpful, I appreciate it with a thumbs up. Make sure you guys click on that beautiful red subscribe button with notifications on. And oh yeah, I got my PS5 cover plates coming on Friday, or it could be here a little earlier. So you guys don't want to miss that video. So comment down below, are you team Game Pass or team PlayStation Premium? Let me know down in the comments down below. Until next time, guys, have a simple day. Peace.